The North has peculiar challenges of insecurity with huge losses on human lives, economy, and total well-being of the people. More worrisome is on education, with the abduction of students by bandits from Chibok to Kankara, Kagara, and Jangebe. The story is of tears and sorrow. Recent high-level engagement in Kaduna, the northern governors with federal government support up with far-reaching initiatives to put an end to criminality in the region. This afternoon on Panorama, we'll be looking at the role of other stakeholders like host communities in securing the schools located in their domains. I am Salamatu Lukman Muhammad. Dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine, which arrived in Nigeria on Tuesday, has been administered to frontline health workers in Abuja, signifying the official launch of the national COVID-19 vaccination campaign. In a symbolic act, 4 frontline workers, 3 men and a woman, were the very first to receive the vaccine administered in 1 dose each via injection, declaring the vaccine safe and certified. The Minister of Health, Dr. Osagi Ehanere, commended frontline workers for the input of all who lost their lives in the line of duty and outlining the criteria for eligibility and nationwide administration. While emphasizing the need for Nigerians to embrace the vaccine as a means of possibly eradicating the virus in the future, key government officials appreciated the federal government for taking steps to safeguard the health of the nation. The World Health Organization Strategic Advisory Group of Experts on Immunization says the AstraZeneca vaccine has an efficacy of 63.09% against symptomatic SARS-CoV-2 infection. Longer dose intervals within the 8 to 12 weeks range are associated with greater vaccine efficacy, but is not to be administered to pregnant women. Nigeria's Center for Disease Control has on 4th March 2021 confirmed 708 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria. Available data from the center indicates that Adamawa has a figure of 180 new cases, followed by Lagos with 141 new cases, Ondo 60, Anambra 54, Rivers 41, Taraba 33, and Edo 30 recorded new cases. Abia and Kaduna have 2 new cases each, FCT 21, Akwa Ibom and Kano State have 20 new cases each, Plateau has 11 new cases, Ekiti, Kebbi and Nasarawa State have 10 new cases each, Bayelsa 7, while Ogun, Osun and Oyo recorded 5 new cases each, and 1 new case was recorded in Gombe. As at 4th March 2021, Nigeria has a total of 157,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19, while 136,335 patients were discharged and 1,951 deaths recorded. President Buhari has directed the Nigerian Immigration Service to not only improve surveillance and control around the nation's borders, but also ensure that criminal elements don't find Nigeria as a safe haven to hide and perpetrate their criminality. The president, who gave the directive at the virtual inauguration of the Nigerian Immigration Service Technology Building, also instructed security agencies to raise their performance in protecting lives and property. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports.
The 10 billion naira technology building, expected to serve as the command and control center of the Nigerian Immigration Service, provides a unique platform for security agencies in the country to synergize and harmonize efforts towards addressing Nigeria's national security concerns. The edifice, robust in ICT infrastructure, is described as a huge contribution to global security, as both local and transnational criminal activities can be effectively monitored and nipped in the bud.
Mr. President, sir, this technology building could not have come at a better time than now, as it has placed the service in a vantage position to confront the criminal activities of terrorists, migrant smugglers, human traffickers, and our other transnational criminal activities who may want to use our route to commit crimes.
For President Buhari, the construction of the control center is in line with his administration's vision to formulate and implement policies that will protect and enhance the lives and living standards of Nigerians.
As a security agency, I charge you to be relentless in carrying out your statutory duties of keeping our borders safe while we ensure that criminal elements don't find Nigeria as a safe haven to hide and perpetrate their criminality. I urge you to actively collaborate with international security organizations like the Interpol in safeguarding our borders. Remember that a safe border is a prerequisite for a safe nation.
While insisting that the service must develop strong working relationship and ties with the international community and friendly nations as it relates to migration management, the president said the frontline workers in particular should remember that as windows to the world, they must show the best face of Nigeria at all times.
It is imperative that our ranking in the Global Security Index improves, and I am using this medium to call on all security agencies to step up their activities towards achieving this goal. I assure you that the administration will give the much needed support to you in your operations. I charge you not to rest on your present achievements, but strive to excel and make Nigeria proud.
The Minister of Interior, Rauf Aregbesola, described the security challenges facing the country as temporal and unsurmountable, as the weakest link had been the land borders, and the technology building now in place will play a pivotal role in effective policing. He said 50% of all immigration personnel in Nigeria are now to work at the nation's borders. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Buhari is urging Nigerians to go about their lawful businesses as the country's unity is not negotiable. The president stated this at an audience to the governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, on the State of the Nation. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu again reports.
Governor Yahaya Bello, accompanied by the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, was in the State House to formally brief the President on the suspension of strike and blockade of food and cattle supply to the southern part of Nigeria by the Amalgamated Union of Food and Cattle Dealers of Nigeria. Governor Bello had, on the mandate of the President, engaged those that matter and amicably resolved the crisis in the interest of the nation. Discussions with the President centered on the commitments extracted from both parties, demands made, and indeed the best way forward.
And Mr. President is very happy with the speed with which we resolve the matter. We are all aware that Mr. President, as a father, is so committed to the peace, security, and well-being of Nigerians, irrespective of your tribe, religion, or where you come from. Mr. President expressed his appreciation to all those who ensure that the impasse is resolved amicably.
President Buhari and the Kogi State Governor also analyzed the nation's security situation, expressing optimism that with the new measures put in place, Nigerians will soon heave a sigh of relief.
As the Commander-in-Chief, he has assured each and every one of us that Nigeria is going to be secured, is going to be safe, is going to be prosperous. And I believe in him 100%. He urged each and every one of us to continue to go about our lawful businesses in the country, that Nigeria's unity is unnegotiable. Nigeria must be united, Nigeria must be peaceful, and Nigeria must be prosperous.
Governor Yahaya Bello, who maintains a contrary view on COVID-19, however, said he believes in vaccines. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Change of scope for Abuja Kaduna Zaria Kano project as critical part of the larger highway system in Nigeria, which is expected to bring about speedy economic development, unite the people and connect the countries to parts of Africa, has been received as a welcome development by stakeholders. Muhammad Rabiu Ali has an update.
The Abuja Kaduna Kano highway for many years suffered neglect, and the route became a nightmare, slowing down travels, accident-prone, and make it difficult in facilitating economic activities. In 2017, the federal government approved contract for the rehabilitation of the highway, and since then, work is ongoing across all the sections of more than 300 kilometers. With the additional scope to full construction in the sum of 797.2 billion naira, stakeholders commend the government for the initiative.
We are going to benefit a lot of things because of this road.
To reduce the traffic, it goes to make everybody.
We are quite sure. And we are thanking God that this government is doing this kind of work for us.
In fact, many sections have been opened to traffic along Kaduna and Kano axis after completion of more than 100 kilometers. Travel time is now greatly reduced as large patch of goods from the north to south is with ease.
We are all committed ensuring that we deliver this road.
The project is expected to be completed before the end of year 2023. Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
This is Panorama showing live on the network service of the NTA. We'll go on a break now. When we come back, there will be more on the program.
The counsel of our fathers.
I will urge and advise our younger generation to use talent and brain to sort out problems, not arms.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation.
My advice to these young people is please do not take us back to those harrowing days. You probably do not know what it is.
I believe we have fought one civil war too many in this country. So those who experience it will run away from it.
Nigerian youths, let's build our nation together.
Come back. Kaduna State government has stepped up engagement with key stakeholders to reduce tension and tackle security challenges in southern part of the state. Suleiman Abdullahi Rajkun tells us more.
A once peaceful and heterogeneous society, blessed with arable lands and suitable for animal husbandry and commerce, southern Kaduna now but security challenges, farmers' health conflict, and cattle rustling. Now, hope for a new lease of life is being restored as the state government engages critical stakeholders in exploring solutions to the challenge.
This is the type of things that we need in southern Kaduna. Without peace, no development, and justice is the key solution to peace.
People who have reacted and caused a crisis, they need a lot of changing of their perception and psyche. And meetings like this definitely will help.
Governor Nasir Ahmed El-Rufai represented by Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs Samuel Aron, says peace cannot be externally imposed, advocating consensus and togetherness by all.
The government may create frameworks, but they will be run by people. How these people think and approach issues will largely be shaped by our religious and traditional leaders.
Although this is not the first time having this engagement with critical stakeholders, the participants at this meeting believe that sustained dialogue is key to achieving lasting peace and unity across the state and the country at large. Suleiman Abdullah Hirgachkung, NTA News.
Kaduna State government says there is no cause to worry as adequate measures have been taken to safeguard all boarding schools across the state. This is coming on the heels of abduction of boarding students in some neighboring states of Kaduna State. Adamu Sunday reports.
The abduction of boarding students in Katsina, Nana, and most recent, the 279 in Government Girls Secondary School, Jangebe, Zamfara State, is raising concern over the state of boarding schools.
If the state no stop there, person will carry his or her children from boarding school.
I generate this fear that if I send my child to a school, most especially a female child, what will happen to him?
We are not praying that you should come to Kaduna. We are not praying for that.
The Parent Teacher Association of Nigeria are very much, worried about the situation on the ground and appealing to the government at all levels, the local government, the state government, and of course the federal government, to come to the aid of our schools.
To allay the fears created as a result of the abductions, Kaduna State government, with about 32 boarding schools and over 50,000 boarding students, says it has taken drastic measures to secure all boarding schools across the state.
We are not sleeping. We are doing a lot. We are working around the clock.
And again, we have also advised some other private institutions that we think they are vulnerable. We have advised them to close down.
Commissioner of Education says the security teams have assured them of their readiness to combat any form of attack. In Kaduna, Adamu Sunday, NTA News.
And this is where we conclude Panorama, as we will join our live transmission for the Port Harcourt flag off of Ikwere Road at Olu Obasanjo flyover by the River State government. Do stay tuned.